You don't hate Mondays. You hate the life that's waiting for you when Monday arrives. You hate the alarm that feels like an alarm against your own soul. You hate the routine that feels less like a path and more like a cage. Because if Mondays were truly the enemy, then why do some people wake up energized? Why do some people lean into the start of the week instead of running from it? No. The problem was never Monday. The problem is the life you've built around it. Welcome. Sit down for a moment. Slow your mind. They call me Grandpa T. Just an old man who has spent a lifetime watching people chase things they don't want to impress people they don't even like. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. People don't suffer because of time. They suffer because of how they structure it. And today, I'm going to show you why you don't hate Mondays. You hate your life structure, and more importantly, how to take it back. Monday is not the villain. Monday is a mirror. It reflects the life you've created. If your life is aligned, Monday feels like opportunity. If your life is misaligned, Monday feels like punishment. You see, Monday doesn't create your emotions. It reveals them. It exposes whether your daily actions are connected to something meaningful or disconnected from everything that matters. And most people, they don't like what they see in that mirror. So instead of changing their life, they blame the reflection. Let me tell you a story. Not about you, but about almost everyone. You wake up. You follow a path you didn't question. You go to a place you didn't choose. You spend time doing things that don't fulfill you. Then you come home exhausted, repeat the same pattern, and one day you realize years have passed and nothing has changed. This is what I call unconscious living, a life built not by intention, but by default. And default structures rarely lead to meaningful lives, because if you don't design your life, something else will. Society, expectations, fear, comfort, and none of those care about your happiness. Here's a truth most people ignore. Your life is not what's in your dreams. Your life is what actually happens every day. What you do from every single day is your life, not what you hope to do someday, not what you plan to do eventually, but what you actually do consistently. If your week is built around survival, your life will feel like survival. If your week is built around progress, your life will feel like progress. So, when you say you hate Mondays, what you're really saying is, I don't like how my life is structured. Have you ever noticed how heavy Sunday evenings feel? It's quiet, but not peaceful. Still, but not calm. That feeling? That's not laziness. That's not weakness. That's awareness. Your mind knows something is wrong, even if you haven't put it into words yet. It's the feeling of walking toward a life that doesn't feel like yours. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it becomes, until one day it turns into burnout or resentment or regret. Now pause for a moment. If this is hitting you, if you feel like I'm describing your life a little too accurately, then don't just sit there. Do something small but powerful. Subscribe, like this video, and comment, I'm rebuilding my life, because change doesn't start with action. It starts with acknowledgement. And this is your moment. Now let's talk about the solution, not a quick fix, not a motivational quote, but a real shift. You need to build your life around progress, not perfection, not comparison, progress. Because here's the secret. Humans can tolerate hard work, they can tolerate stress, they can tolerate struggle, but they cannot tolerate stagnation. If you feel like you're moving forward, even slowly, Life becomes meaningful, but if you feel stuck, even in comfort, life becomes unbearable. So ask yourself, what did I do this week that moved me forward? If the answer is nothing, then of course you hate Mondays. You're returning to a system that keeps you in place. Most people design their lives around escape. They work just to rest. They live just to distract themselves. They survive just to make it to the weekend. But what if you built a life you didn't need to escape from? What if your weekdays felt aligned and your weekends felt like a bonus, not a rescue? This doesn't mean quitting everything overnight. No, that's not wisdom. That's impulse. It means slowly restructuring your life, adding things that matter, removing things that drain you, creating space for growth, and protecting it. Because structure is destiny in disguise. You don't need to rebuild your entire life in one day. You just need to shift your structure piece by piece. Maybe it starts with 1 hour a day, 1 hour dedicated to something that matters to you, a skill, a passion, a goal, something that reminds you you are not stuck. Because the moment you start building something meaningful, Mondays begin to change, not instantly, but gradually, quietly, until one day you wake up and instead of dread, you feel direction. And something beautiful happens when you do this. Your weekends transform. They stop being an escape and start becoming recovery. You rest differently when you know you earned it. You breathe differently when you know you made progress. And Sunday night, it stops feeling like the end of freedom and starts feeling like the beginning of momentum. Now here's the part most people avoid. You can't change your life without taking responsibility for it. Not blame, responsibility. Because blame keeps you stuck in the past, but responsibility gives you control over the future. It's heavy, yes, but it's also liberating, because the moment you accept, this is my structure, is the moment you realize I can change it. So the next time Monday comes, don't curse it. Study it. Listen to what it's telling you, because what you feel on Mondays is not your enemy. It's your feedback. Life is not something that happens to you. It is something you build quietly, daily, intentionally. So build a life where Monday feels like a step forward, not a step back. Build a life where rest feels earned and effort feels meaningful. Build a life that feels like yours. And one day, you'll wake up on a Monday with no alarm in your chest, no weight in your mind, just a quiet sense of purpose. And you'll smile because you finally understand. You never hated Mondays. You just hadn't built a life worth returning to.